Hey now, welcome to Lone Star Mini Restoration. Today's episode is measurement taking, research, fact finding, trying to figure out what structure is holding this floor panel in, where the attachments are, what structural brackets that I'm gonna need. Yeah, I've got to figure this out before. Now, I will say, if I didn't mention in the last video, the thing that's really helping me right now is the fact that I think I have I have the floor panel, I have the outer sill, I have everything that I need. Literally the outer sill, I have that. Not the oversill, but the outer sill. So I'm going to take a few measurements just as a precaution, because what I don't know what's in store. Like when I start cutting this floor panel out, what if I need to remove the A post? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some measurements in the event that something goes awry. At least I'll have something to go by. Now, I have pulled up my various manuals, and nothing from the old manuals that I have to the new manuals that I haven't been able to find YouTube videos or information really regarding this type of dimensioning. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. It may come in. It may save my butt, down a month or two from now. Then again, it may be just a little bit of wasted time. But, well, it won't be wasted time just because I'm being educated. I'm educating myself. And I'll be more aware. So I'm going to take some measurements, I'm going to mark them, and then we'll do a little bit more research. Okay, right then and there, there's a 2/10 of a difference. I know you guys speak in millimeters, and I can't quite do that yet. I'll get there, but I'm in decimals of an inch. So right about here, I've marked up here. Right about here, we're at 38.1 inches. Now I measured to the top of this flange because on the bottom, yes, I did cut away the third layer, the oversill, but still the bottom is kind of gnarly and it's a little bit unpredictable to me, I believe. So I measured to the top of the sill, and here I'm getting 38.1. About the center mark right here, I'm getting 38 even. And then right down even with the B post, I'm getting 37.9. That's 2/10 of an inch difference. So I'm marking it here on the camera, or here on the hood itself. Roof. Listen to me. I can't speak. But so I have 38.1, 38, and 37.9. I'm going to go around it and I'm going to measure the other side and mark that, and then I'll take some left to right dimensions as well. Okay, so on the left-hand side, it's different. Over here, we started at 38.1. On that side, it starts at 38 even. But then it kind of waves. I mean, it kind of goes down and then up. So I went ahead and took a few more measurements and marked them, the approximate center line, and wrote it on the roof. But of course, now I'm wondering if this flange, has been bent, warped, or whatever. So yeah, we'll see. At least I have it marked. At least I have some sort of frame of reference. Now I'm going to attempt to measure left to right. All right, so I don't know if the camera can pick this up, however, around this level I'm getting right at 50 inches left to right, and that's outside of flange to outside. And up here I've got 46.4. On this side it goes in a little bit more, so I'm getting 45.9, and down here I'm right at 50 inches, but some of the flange is kind of bent out here, so I actually measured 50.1, but because the flange is bent out, it's probably very close to 50 inches. So yeah, I don't know what else to measure. I'm going to look around. I'm going to look at some of the structure on the floor, trying to figure out how the floor and where it's all attached. So let me move the camera, maybe tilt the shell, and start looking at a few things. All right. Okay, so the first thing that I look at is my new Heritage floor panel does not come with a cross beam. So I was looking at how it's attached, and it looks like there's a flange that on the forward and the back side that I guess is spot welded to the floor. Now already what I'm thinking is, what I'm going to do is I'll flip the car over and I'll try to remove the spot welds from the bottom of the car rather than this, because that way I can salvage more of this flange rather than drilling a big hole in this flange and the floor being intact. I'd rather do it just the opposite, since I have to reuse this. The other things that I'm noticing is the brake bracket looks like it's, you know, fillet welded, you know, all over the place. So I'll have to grind that out and replace, or, you know, try to remove that. And then this I guess this is also a brake bracket. Looks like it's spot welded in one or two places. And then on the back side, between the tunnel and the rear bench, there's a vertical upright support. I'll have to figure out how to remove that. I'm thinking at first, well, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'll have to maybe try to find the welds on the bottom side and get rid of it there. That, or I cut it out and just get a new bracket rather than trying to salvage that one. I'm not sure. I'm starting to believe that my mini man shed crossbeam here and my A-lot jig down into the floor is going to serve me well. So what I guess I'm going to take a whole lot of pictures, because there's little bitty brackets in here. I don't know what they're used for, but there's little brackets in here all over the place, and I'm going to have to figure those out. I don't know. Yeah, but so let's look in the companion bin. All right, so inside the companion bin, what I'm seeing outside of the rusted hole, this closeout panel here, I'm not sure, hopefully the camera's picking this up, but I have this panel, this guy, I have it for the left and the right, and it looks like it goes between the floor pan inner seal, and then it doesn't look like it was ever welded to the side of the car. So I guess I'll have to research that, or if anybody knows. This panel here, does it actually get welded to the back panel of the car? Or is it open like that? I mean, look at that big old gap. I'm thinking that's not right. Certainly it's got to be welded, right? Which leads me to my next question is, with the car panel in place, how do I weld this guy in? I guess I'm going to have to somehow accurately find a way to drill holes and then do a plug weld. But I'm not sure. Or does that mean I have to pull out the companion bin? The companion bin's tied into the rear bench, so that's a little bit more of a chore if I have to pull this guy out in order to weld this bracket in. I don't see. I'm going to have to do research. This panel here that looks like it comes forward of the wheel arch, the rear wheel arch, I don't know if there's a panel or something, a bracket there that I need. I don't think I have that one. So that one I'm going to have to research. Yeah, and then one of my discoveries was that, here, I'll take the camera over. So here's the other side. This is the right-hand side of the car. And you know, here's the same panel down here that I've got to figure out how to properly weld it in place once I get it removed. And then what I'm not real happy about is this whole patch job here. The other wheel arch looked nice, but this one looks like a crappy patch job and then a rusted out piece here. So I don't know, maybe there's a repair panel that I can get that goes in here. But yeah, so all right. Let me go look at the new panels. Okay, so having the new panels basically helps paint a story for me. Earlier when I was grinding away these lips, you know, I basically assumed that this lip here was part of the floor pan. Well, it is in a way, but it's actually the outer sill. So there's the outer sill there, not really the floor pan itself. So the outer sill and then the doorstep that comes, this doorstep lip right here that matches up to it. But anyhow, so a little bit corrected there. But it's so good to see all these parts because it pretty much paints a story. Now here's the piece that kind of goes outboard of the inner sill, and it goes between the inner sill and the outer sill. So in some way or another, this guy gets welded in like this. I've got these clamps that are in the way for now, but you can see it kind of fits nice in here. So I imagine this will be easy to spot weld here. Boom, 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 boom. However, how do you spot weld this outer flange if the side of the car is here? I don't think I can do that ahead of time. I don't know, maybe as I continue to play with this and figure it out, it will reveal itself on how to do it. So this is where this goes. So what I don't know, and I've got all these brackets, I don't know, the wheel well comes down here, and it had a little flat panel in here. So I don't know if I'm missing a bracket there or not. However, yeah, I mean, it's starting to come together. I'm going to study it around a little bit more and look at it. Of course, I'm always open to advice and tips and suggestions. If there's an easy way to attach this panel, I'm all ears. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more studying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a whole lot of pictures around the car, inside and out. Yeah, see, there were some little, and I'll show them. I'll take some pictures and show them on the slide. But there are some little brackets on the floor in here, on that floor, but they're not on the new Heritage floor pan. So I don't know if they're needed, but whether they're needed or not, I would like it to be. I'm not going for concourse, but I would like it to be as close as original as possible. So there may be some little brackets that I have to put in there. In all honesty, those brackets look like they were squashed down, and maybe they should have a little, like a hat section to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more pictures. I'm going to go all the way around on the inside of the car, and then I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to tip the rotisserie up, and I'm going to take pictures along the bottom of the car, just looking for anything and everything that I need to consider, or I need to remove, or try to salvage, or replace. So the measurements, I got the measurements of the door, so that when the floor panel drops, the idea is it'll give me a reference in the event that maybe I cut too much out, and maybe the whole daggum A to B post step, maybe it sags. I don't know, but at least now I've got dimensions and I've written them on the roof. Yeah, I don't know. I've just got to look. You know what? Actually, today marks my 1-year anniversary. For my archive videos. September 1st, 2018 is when I think I posted my very first video. Since that time, I have learned a tremendous amount. Seriously, when Pete came over, he was educating me on panel names. I didn't know scuttle. What the heck's a scuttle? Where is a scuttle? Inner wing, what's the inner wing? I know wings, outer wings, but what the heck's an inner wing? Okay, it makes common sense, but still, You know, what the heck? And so I have learned, and now I've just taken a few dimensions of the car, and I'm learning the construction of the floor panel now. I've learned a great deal. But with that said, I know I have a lot more to learn, but I'm excited about the journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. But thanks for watching. If anybody has been out there and following me for the last year, thank you. You know, these are my archive videos for my education, so I can look back on and think, okay, what did I do there? You know, what information is there? But since that time frame in the last year, I have made some wonderful friends, YouTube and non-YouTube. So thank you to everybody out there. Thank you. If you're watching this video and you find any amount of information or interest, I'm glad. You know, I'm glad you're getting something from it, and it's not just an archive for me. But to all you YouTube guys out there, thank you for watching. Thank you for helping me along my journey. Yeah, it's a fun journey. And today is 1 year. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday, Mini Restoration. All right, until now, it's hot as heck out here. I'm going to go get a Mountain Dew, and I'm going to go inside and cool off is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to think about this. I'm going to come back out and take pictures, and I'll include them on this video. But, all right. Yeah, thanks again. Bye just now.